Have you guys missed Tutorial Tuesdays? Because I have. I'm working on this Hamsa by Rachel Berry Designs, and I've done some ribbon work, I've done some decorative stitches, but I need to go back through and fill in just a couple of French knots. So I figured I would take you along with me as I did that process. So to do a French knot, you bring your thread through to the front of the canvas. Grab hold of your thread with your left hand, place your needle on top of your thread, wrap the thread around the needle, keep hold of the thread with your left hand, and put the needle back through, and then pull it all the way down. But you mustn't let go of the thread until almost the very last moment while you're holding onto it with your non-dominant hand. That is a lot of steps. That's a lot of moving parts. You really do need both hands to do a good French knot. And there's a lot of different ways you could do a French knot. You could wrap the thread around twice. You could do it 3 times if you wanted to. You could alternate tent stitches and French knots to make a really interesting look. But the most important thing is that you keep all of these steps in mind and make sure that you put the needle on top of the thread when you twist. Don't go under the thread and twist. When I first started doing French knots, I had all these issues with the knot, not working for me. It would just pop out like what's about to happen here, pop. And I was like, that's not working. What am I doing wrong? Finally, I figured out that I wasn't putting the needle on top of the thread, and that was creating a lot of problems. So just don't be like me. Don't make that mistake. Put the needle on top of the thread, then twist the thread around the needle, and then pull it through. Everybody was telling me, hold on to the thread with your left hand, hold on to the thread with your left hand. I was doing that, but I didn't have my needle in the right place. So you really need a combination of all those things. The needle on top of the thread wrapped around once or twice. Hold onto the thread with your non-dominant hand while you pull the thread through the canvas, and then just repeat that process as you need to. French knots can be tricky, but once you unlock the secret of the French knot, then that opens a lot of doors for learning more decorative knots and stitches that you can use with normal thread or with ribbon. So anything that you do with normal thread, you can do with ribbon to achieve a really interesting result. So you can do French knots, you can do double French knots with ribbon, and then there's even more techniques that you can do with ribbon, like the ribbon rosettes. But I will say that understanding how the French knot works is the foundation of a lot of ribbon work techniques. So make sure you master that, and then we can move on to ribbon work. Let me know if you have any questions, and stay tuned for more.